returned and performed the holographic projection of him ascending before a massive audience, while the Elohim gods smuggled him out off to India, where he lived in splendid paradise for another 30.
See, I got me a new body right now. I already know what they're talking about.
The holographic projection of him ascending before a massive audience, while the Elohim gods smuggled him out off to India, where he lived in...
Look at this. As above, so below. See? You see that? How I told you the man fell out of... Now you see the sun right there? Right in the spot where the woman's vagina would be? Do you see the woman's legs right there? Alright, now you know this is the sun, okay? There should be no doubt in your mind. Now let me show you what they did. That's the sun. They made the sun be the pineal gland inside of this man's head that I told you was reproductive organs. So they made it be the pineal gland that'll fit right in the middle of his head. You see his head right there? Or her head? Okay, that's the pineal gland, synonymous with that reproductive organ on the mental scale. Like I told you, it'll be right between his eyes. But look, right there also, you see this line come straight down? You see it, right? That line of light? That will be the representation of that green light that I told you that I rode here to the earth on, okay? This will be the sunlight with all its color brilliance. And then look at those female legs right there. So we know what it'll be right here. It's the same thing going back up. See, there's just too much substantiation for anyone to try to refute what's being demonstrated here.
Splendid paradise for another 30 years, spreading the glory and the teaching before a massive audience.
See, this ascension that he's talking about right here, I already know what's going to happen with me because I prophesied that in 2003. I told them when they come here to do their thing that they're going to do on earth, they're going to take me back with them. I told them they're coming to get a lot of you motherfuckers, and when they come to get your ass, they coming to get me too. So I already know I'm going back home soon, and I'm looking forward to it. I already know that. So don't think that I want your green light because I plan on staying here on your filthy, fucked up ass earth forever, because I do not. I have a job to do here. When I do my job, I want to get the hell out of here as quick as I can because there's nothing here for me. I am very unhappy here, and I don't want to be here. It's just real simple. So I look forward to dying. I really do, because everything here is contaminated by your white man with their filthy asses don't want to do shit but make sure that nobody can progress because they can't get past 33 degrees. So who would want to stay here with them? Only an idiot. And have to beg they stagnating ass for the proper right to exist, or either you got to get you a gun and just go out into the world and become a murderer and kill all they fucking asses to get them out of the way and to stop you from going forward. It's just sad as hell. They can never attain this type of cosmic connection with the universe because they have no melanin. And they don't even want to try to get the melanin. They want to enjoy the privilege of being white so they can drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes, and have that stupid ass job that ain't going to do nothing but make them die around 60, 80 years old and then reincarnate to come back and do their same sorry bullshit and hope there's still black people on the earth that they could try to force to be their servants and their slaves. That bullshit coming to an end.
While the Elohim gods smuggled him out off to India, where he lived in...
See, the whole, that which encompasses all is that coochie right there. I keep telling y'all that everything is centered around this female dropping manifestations out of her, which is a medium of the sunlight walking on earth, and therefore you see the legs representing the female walking on earth. And you can see life force falling out of her vagina. As the sun sends life force to the earth, the female on the earth drops life force out of her also.
Splendid paradise for another 30 years, spreading the glory and the teachings of the divine sacred law of one of prime creator. The two Avatar Christ beings were also taken out of Rome. One moved his wife and his 3 children to France, while the other went to the inner planet, where they all 3, as immortal beings, operate from today, flying those spaceships we see all over the skies now, which are nuking the underground bases of the bad guy extraterrestrial aliens the United States government is allied with, as well as the United States military-industrial complex itself, to prevent the one world order moving into the Third World War.
Now look at this sun right here with the green light in the middle and the purple around it. Now come on. You're not going to sit your ass up here and act like all my claims does not have substantiation to them, all right? It's real simple. You better get your shit together. I'm warning you.
Which it intends to do. The people of the Western world have been kept so ignorant of the afterlife to the point of not even knowing that there is no such thing as death. Because when the physical body has gone, there is still the astral and ethereal bodies keeping the human consciousness as well as the human evolution into the higher levels of DNA consciousness alive.
Do you not know that when you die, you can go into another relative body and live in there for a minute? Your spirit can go into another relative's body and you can remain in there for a long time if you're real compatible. But for the most part, you already got a spirit in there that will oust your ass out and tell you you need to go find your own realm. As you can see right here, this is the face of an African person. Like I was saying to you, this would be like that cobra when that, what they call it, when his sac opens up or her sac opens up and they're getting ready to strike. That's what this is all about. Immortality, life, pure potential, the continuations of spiritual energy, never dying. This is also the lion looking to the constellation of the rising sun as it comes over the equator, looking to meet his father Orion. The Orion constellation to come up, and this guy is in a position to be looking right at it, right in the east. It's facing, so it can see the sunrise every morning, and it also see every constellation that comes into play right there between his pineal eyes. Between the eyes is where this thing is placed at. It's placed right in a position where it's front row seat to every sunrise, every constellation coming over. This thing gets to view it and witness it. It's amazing, but it's so true though. So yeah, we're gonna move on. Just overlook the phone for a minute, please. I hope hopefully it stopped.
Informs us that the Aryans and the Iberus have the lowest level of DNA, having both been created from animal origins, which is the most DNA consciousness alive. Informs us that the Aryans and the Iberus,
all those things you just saw was here in the Americas, but you can see they're all synonymous with the ones in Africa to show you we were the same people.
Such thing as death. Because when the physical body has gone, there is still the astral and ethereal bodies keeping the human consciousness as well as the human evolution into the higher levels of DNA consciousness alive.
Do you see?
Informs us that the Aryans and the Iberus have the lowest level of DNA, having...
Okay, they say ancient astronauts in a ship. They didn't mention the fact that these were ancient melanated people. And look at him, no headgear. That means that his spaceship, even in their ancient time, had climate control over the whole ship. Something that the Europeans haven't coming up with yet. Okay, look how this man is dressed. Okay, they wore their modern clothes even when they went on space travel. Okay, because you can see that he doesn't have those stupid ass uniforms that the white man have on. You know why? Because he's cosmic with his whole universe. So that means by him having his melanin, he has no restriction on where he can go, because every place he go, he can find life suited for his cosmic makeup, because he was made by the cosmos. But he is the maker of the white man, so the white man is incomplete because he was made by a God, but not that which encompasses all God, but wise enough to take the melanin out of himself and make a degenerate man. And that's exactly where you white people came from. You were made by black scientists. The same scientists who was making these space travel ships that is still more advanced than the ones you have here on Earth. Even, you know why? Because they are the same people that live inside of the Earth now that's flying the ships around the Earth that you see. So this is our advanced technology right here, and we become greater with it. So just to put it to you straight, I don't give a fuck about no Russians or no stupid ass Chinese, because you're going to come over here and get these astronauts come out of the Earth and fuck your asses up. That's all that's going to happen, because they're sick of your shit anyway. But they just been real idle and keep it to themselves. So us, the people responsible for creating you white ass devils, can solve our own problems. But you guys done got so out of hand now because you got smart enough to make shit that's causing a threat to the rest of the universe. And you're also causing havoc on Earth now that eventually disturb these people in the ground. So that's the reason they're going to come out of the ground and kill them Russians and kill those Chinese people. They're already making sinkholes in the ocean to suck up their navy. I wasn't supposed to tell you that, but their navies are going to get swallowed up by the ocean. Trust me, these are some badasses that you're looking at right here. They fly in and out of the Earth and go through miles and miles of different dimensions every night, and then return home in the morning with their spaceships. This is how advanced they are, living right here in the Earth, right with us all the damn time. So you guys are just Johnny come latelys who really are in for a rude awakening.
Both been created from animal origins, which is the most hated of all existences, due to the fact that those humans interbreeding with them not only contaminate their astral body, but causes the disintegration of their entire species.
The whole race. Look what happened. You go out, you fool around with them, you get them pregnant, then they take the children and want to run off with them and claim them for themselves, and then brainwash the children to grow up and hate blackness, create races of people like Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, and teach them all to hate that which encompasses all, beginning your blackness. And this has did nothing but separated all the people on the earth and caused nothing but mad ass hatred. That's all it's done. That's all it has done.
In Voyager, she states that it will take a long period of evolution before races 3 and 5, which is the red and the white race, to evolve enough to pass into the 5th dimensional Tara. There are 5 levels of DNA needed. These races only have 2.
That's the reason why I say that out of the DNA, the way I see it, you guys do not have your deoxy, all right? You know, it's deoxyribonucleic acid. It seems to me like you guys just have the ribonucleic acid, which is you're able to sustain yourself as long as there's someone around you that has a deoxy to contribute to you. The way you guys attain your deoxy is through having intercourses with us to have babies that has melanin in it, and then you take those babies and let them mix with yourself and keep breeding and breeding and breeding, just like what you do with the Spanish people. You take the whiter ones and you make the whiter ones always bring recessive babies onto the earth from the darker ones. Then you can put those recessive ones together and create more recessive offsprings from that, and then you end